Hello Lolas, welcome back to my channel guys. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the bell to be a part of the notification squad. So today I have baby Piper here, and as I told you guys, I'll be going through a lot of my reborns that I have. I have a decent number of reborns. I don't have like a whole lot, and most of my reborns are pretty dated. This is oh my gosh, Half Pint by Marita Winters. I have always loved Marita Winters sculpts, but I really fell in love with this kit. I thought it was very preemie like, because a lot of preemies are just preemie in size, but they look newborn in the face, and a lot of people don't understand, like, unless you've really seen like a real true preemie or micro preemie one that's born like really early on, they're not, I don't know how to put this, like they're not fully developed, so they're not fattened up and all that stuff, so they can look funny looking. Okay, I don't know how to say it. I don't know, they look different, you know. Keep in mind that our eyes, when we're born, the size of our eyes is the size of our eyes when we're adult. So imagine when they're really little, those eyes are really big on these babies. Anyway, and they grow into their features and stuff. But these are dolls. So anyway, when I look at her, there's sometimes I look at her and I'm like, she looks like a happy baby. Then sometimes I look like, oh, she looks a little sickly, you know. I should really let somebody correct her hair and root her hair. We're not gonna go into that, please. Who was it? Hotland on one of my lives, like, baby, she ate me alive when I took that baby hat off, and she was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, I love my Lolas, because y'all keep me grounded. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I pride myself on is being honest with myself. I think this community can be amazing. I think one of the huge things that grinds my buttons is the deception that often, you know, seeps into the community, and false praise. You know, I love to see us encouraging one another and stuff, but the lies, baby, just be damaging. You know, you're telling somebody that, oh, you're amazing, you're great, you're this, you're that, da da da, and you know you wouldn't buy that piece of work for $5 if you had the opportunity. Like, I'm not saying please don't ever go and tell somebody their work is trash, because even on my worst day and my worst work, I promise you, I've put everything I had into it in that moment. And everybody is on different levels and different skill sets. So there's that, like, I might be here, but there's somebody that's way above my skill set. You know, there's people that's been in art school and have done art and been taught art all their life, and then there's people that just walk into it, and then there's people that's just in it for the money, and they don't even, they're just crafters, you know what I mean? And it's just, we got a whole bunch of different scenarios in the melting pot. And I think, you know, positivity is always welcome, but I'm talking about me when I'm with myself. I like to be honest with myself, and I look at some of my work and I'm like, hey, that's not my best work. Or, you know, I really overdid it with this. Or I could have done a little more of that. Or that's a little sloppy. Or I wish I would have been a little neater with this. Or, you know, I should have used this color, that color. Like, it's always room for growth and improvement. And as long as you continue to do that with yourself, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like there's nothing else but to go up, right? But if you tell yourself, oh, I'm great, nothing else I need to be changed, I'm amazing, you're going to become stagnant. And wherever you're at, whether it's below average, or just good or okay, or even maybe great, you'll never get to excellent, amazing, exceptional, because you'll just stay in that spot. There are artists that I've seen, or sculptors that I've seen, that have not progressed since the day I entered this community. And then there's others that have done leaps and bounds. And then there's other ones that start to digress. Like they start to go backwards, regress, sorry. Y'all know I can't talk, you know, it is what it is, child. Y'all follow along. Y'all get the picture, right? They go backwards, and sometimes they get so big, they so full of themselves, and then they just put in less, and they're just like, hey, my name alone will sell my work, and so I'm not gonna put my all into it. Or, you know, they've been beat down so much that the negativity has gotten to them, that has crippled their creativity and their passion and their love that used to go in their work, right? So it's so many different things that can happen in this community. And, you know, as consumers, when we're buying, we don't understand all the mental gymnastics that go behind creating this type of art in particular. I think, you know, painting on a canvas also is, you know, emotions and feelings. But I think with this is a very unique niche, right? We're creating something that is to look very lifelike, and something so innocent at that, because babies are so innocent, right? And so you need to have pure positive energy when you're working on these dolls. And I think that a lot of people don't understand, like, there's a time, like, so let me just give an example. There are times when I'm in a place where I just cannot touch anything. I cannot work. I cannot function because my energy is off. But not only my energy is off, I'm shut down, right? Completely. But there are times where I just want to zone out. So life can be so hard that my art is the only thing that can save me. So there's a baby, and I sold this baby. It was during the time that my grandmother passed away, and I was like, I think I let out one gut-wrenching holler, and that was about it. Otherwise, I kind of like just shut down. I was in a room, in my paint room, day after day for like probably about 2 weeks straight, maybe. And all I did was paint on this one doll. And I nothing else in my world existed. And I know people say, oh, but you got a real child, this and that. Yes, I took care of my real child. Get over yourself. Don't be stupid. I focused on this baby, and I poured every bit of emotion I had in me, and not the bad emotion, but the love that I had, the memories, the thoughts, and I just kind of like, I don't know, I was just like, it just felt so good. I went into like a zen moment of painting. Okay. So ask me why I sold that baby later. Don't ask me, but she went to a very amazing person who we both lost our mothers, so to speak, because that's my grandmother, but she raised me within like a couple weeks time frame difference or whatever. So it was just crazy that that baby went to her. But anyway, you know, the universe have a way of connecting us strange ways. But anyway, what I'm saying is that because honestly, and this is just me, and people can perceive me however they want, I don't feel that I have such level of darkness in my core that when I'm down, that's what's going to come out. I think I'm so full with love and compassion. Girl, what? Not you trying to say you got a heart. Okay, no, wait, this is going too wrong. I want y'all to get no wrong feelings now. I want y'all to think I got no heart. Wait, let me tell y'all my story. Let me finish telling my story. Because not me trying to sound like I'm all so sweet and kind. Oh my gosh, this can't be real. All right, this story is fiction. No, but I think that, you know, people to their core is who they are. Like, you know how people be like, you know, during the pandemic, people was like, oh, you know, people are doing wild stuff. They're acting angry. They're being bitter because they're locked up and caged up. So they're just frustrated. And this is what's coming out. I'm like, no, baby. No, baby. Being locked down for the pandemic will not turn me into a killer unless I've had those killer thoughts in my head. Okay. Nothing can come out me that was not already in me. Okay. So I feel like sometimes you know, you'll see people that paint and their painting is like real dark. Their babies are heavily black shaded and just look beaten and bruised and look dark. There's a shading that's dark that can be beautiful, right? But you know what I'm talking about. It's just the baby look almost demonic, right? Their soul is dark. Their soul is so dark. Anyway, I shouldn't be talking about this stuff, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Girl, what? Because guess what? You can click off, unsubscribe, whatever you gotta do, baby. But see, I be all off track. But what I'm saying is that we all got good and bad in us, okay? All of us got good and bad. All of us can go to a dark place. All of us can follow the light. All of us, you know, got a light in us. Some of our lights shine brighter than others. Some of our lights shine through it all. You know what I mean? Like the light don't go completely out, even when in the lowest points. But what I'm saying is that you got to be honest with yourself, and you want to put your best foot forward. And if you create something and you know it's not your best, then it's just not your best. One of the greatest artists that I admire skill set once told me that everybody's gonna have a bad day. Everybody's gonna have a bad dog. Everybody's gonna have that one customer that says, I hate your work, I don't like it, this is not, I didn't want this, I don't want this. Everybody's gonna have their day, okay? But you can't let that one thing get to you. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. And especially if you're passionate about it and it's something you love and something you enjoy and something makes you feel good. Even if you're not that good at it, to be honest, and it's something that makes you feel good, I say continue to do it. Now, your price points, hey, if people are willing to pay you top dollar for mediocre or less than mediocre, then it is what it is, baby. People determine your worth when it comes to price points, not individually, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you just got to be honest with yourself. So I be looking back at some of my old work and I be like, you know what, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. I think I did that. And then I be looking at some of my work and I be like, I really thought this was good. So anyway, where do Piper stand in this whole conversation? So Piper is okay, minus the, you know, her head look like the anesthesia tried to eat it out with the hair. This is just, I'm gonna take off her hat because she don't want to be embarrassed. Her eyes, I probably should have used a smaller eyes. They're so popped and big, but I still love them. That's her personality. I've had this doll for I don't know how many years. I've experimented with some dry skin one time on her little foot, so later down the road. And I like her heavily, like, blotchy, modelly chest plate, but at the same time, like, she has a lot of veining and stuff like that. But she does look kind of, sometimes when I look at her, she reminds me a little bit of a real true sickly preemie that's trying to make it through. I don't know. So I'm gonna put her in a sleeper so I don't have to, and put on her a cute little hat, and then I put her on the shelf, and that's that. But Piper has always been, you know, one of my little babies. You know, it's just like Penelope. I love Penelope head, her limbs, her hands and her feet. I don't know what happened, but these new formulas that I thought was the original formula, it kind of had a gritty look to it, and I didn't like it. So that's why she's always like in socks or hand mitts or whatever. But I felt like her face and her head turned out cute, and I was like, I could have just sold her as a cuddle, you know. But because the kit was given to me by someone and I really like the kit, and you really can't get that kit, I think it's sold out. Yeah, she's my Pupanana. And if you guys don't know who Penelope is, let me show you who Penelope is. Are you dusty too? I'm just finding out all my babies dusty, but she's not dusty. Maybe because maybe she been on camera recently. But this is Penelope, if you guys don't know who Penelope is. That is my Penelope. She's a little grumpy, little mean, little something. But I just love my Penelope. I love her. And I decided, I was like, why should I just make her into a cuddle when her limbs don't look that bad? It's just the feet. The paint came out to me look like, I mean, the hands more so. And the feet, I don't know. I just don't like the way it kind of look gritty like. the paint didn't really, it didn't smooth. I don't know. Oh, y'all couldn't even see me messing with her feet. But anyway, you can't really see it on camera. But I'm just telling y'all, it, to me, it's giving dirty. I don't know. But her face, fine. And here's the thing. Again, people was like the new Genesis formula, so to speak, and I didn't realize that it wasn't the real. I bought up all this paint stuff, and I thought it was the original, you know, it was gonna be like the regular Genesis that they just had up there, you know, stuff, but it didn't perform the same. The sealers, and it just, yeah. So anyway, anywho, that's what happened with Penelope. But otherwise, man, she was so beautiful. And she's still beautiful. And I think her limbs, they're okay. Like in here, like in the thigh area, I feel like you can see like the paintbrush strokes a little bit. And I don't know, it's just gritty. But I was like, I can always put her in sleepers and stuff like that. But why make her into a cuddle baby when I can just dress her? And I just really loved her face and stuff. So, and then she would flow better than a cuddle body and stuff like that. So that's the story of Penelope. So some of my babies that I kept and I keep in my collection is just not pure perfection. They're ones that is flawed and I just would never put them out there. But they're special to me for whatever reason. I have 2 more reborns that I haven't shown that are from other people. I need to do those. One is a very special one, and one is one that I keep. I don't know, I still kind of connect with him. I don't know. And he's, I don't know, I just still connect with him. And I actually love holding him. So I will share those next. And then maybe next, I think. Because you guys have seen Brooklyn, Taraji, Calvin. Everybody knows Paris Memoir, but I'll bring her back out again. Y'all seen Joey, Bridget. Who else? I think that's it of the reborns. Y'all seen these. So yeah, y'all just need to see, I don't know what his name. I think I named him Dallas and Baby Blessing. I think those are the only 2 left that you guys need to see. Yep. And then I'll have a new one coming soon that I'll do a box opening. Maybe live, maybe recorded, not sure yet. But it will be probably my last box opening for a while, unfortunately, because I really want a box opening like every single day. But anyway, moral of the story is be honest with yourself. That's the only way to improve. Paint when you're in a good headspace, when you're feeling good. If you're in a dark space and you feel like your frustration is going to come out in your work, then don't do it. But if you feel like it becomes a release and you can zen out and just really like go into a deep zone of just pouring all your passion into your work, by all means you can still paint. So like a lot of people was asking, like last year was like one of the roughest years of my life. I felt like I lost so much leading up to, and I've never been so unsure, and I didn't know what was gonna happen, and it was just so many uncertainties, and just like I felt like I was fighting for my life in that moment. But I produced the most babies that I ever produced in my life. But again, I was fighting for my life. And what else was I to do? Like, I lost a lot of weight, which I'm starting to gain some of this weight back, baby. I need to get back out there and walk. I was walking like I was Forrest Gump. Like, I was walking every day, all day, 2 and 3 times a day, 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, let me grab my tennis shoes. Like, I walked so much that my tennis shoes, 2 pair of my tennis shoes literally got holes in the tip of the toes. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just was walking them out. The bottom of them just, yeah. But I was able to pour everything into my work and just really, you know, focus. And so anyway, I am in a better place mentally, definitely. I still got a lot to accomplish, but I am actually excited about working. So I'm really kind of excited about what these next babies are going to look like, because I'm really in a different headspace that I've never been in before. And it's so crazy because despite everything that I've been through, I have been the most happiest and free than I've been in a long time. Does that make sense? Like after the storm and you feel like it's the worst, it's actually something that's the best that probably needed to happen to push you to another level, that shows you your strength and shows you what you're capable of. And so sometimes, you know, you go through these storms and you feel like you're not going to make it, and you feel like you're drowning, and you feel like it'll never be sunshine again, or you don't know if you don't even know if you're going to make it. You know what I mean? But when you do, you're like, gosh, I got through that. Like I did that. Like you know what I mean? Like, and then you start looking at the positive moments. Like you're like, oh man, when I thought this wasn't going to happen, I made this happen. I made that happen. So when the next hurdle comes, you're not as timid or afraid of it. You're like, man, I'm built for this. I got this. Oh, not Kevin Gates coming out. Y'all don't know I love Kevin Gates. I don't care what y'all say. Don't judge me, and don't go look him up if you're a Christian. Cause baby, you finna pass out. But yeah, you really be like, I'm built for this. Like I got this, you know. And so it just really, life be lifing, but you gotta get in your boat and row your boat gently down the stream. What? Cause what? Carisha, please. No, I'm just playing. Oh my gosh, I'll be all off topic. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed chatting with you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this long behind video. And don't be watching my videos on 2x speed, because that's what I be doing. But it's okay if you do. It's okay if you do. But anyway, if I got off track and lost y'all somewhere, I'm sorry. The moral of the story, y'all, don't get stuck on the bubble gum. Just, you know, pick out what you want to pick out. Take what you want to take from it. But I wish you all the best. Keep going. And girl, stand up. Stand up.